lifting off the floor. I feel lighter, lighter. I'm hooked on this feeling and I'm wanting some more. I can't get enough, got a craving for more. Give me all of that, give me what you got. I can't stop, I can't stop. I keep going up, I'm climbing to the top. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Oh, I was born to go and fly, to fly higher, higher, like a bird up in the sky, on a wire, wire. I'm hooked on this feeling and I'm wanting some more. I can't get enough, got a craving for more. Give me all of that, give me what you got. I can't stop, I can't stop. I keep going up, I'm climbing to the top. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 I want it, I love it, I gotta have it. I want it, I love it, I gotta have it. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I spread my wings, I'm letting go. I go higher, higher. My feet are lifting off the floor. I feel lighter, lighter. I'm hooked on this feeling and I'm wanting some more. I can't get enough, got a craving for more. Give me all of that, give me what you got. I can't stop, I can't stop. I keep going up, I'm climbing to the top. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Oh, I was born to go and fly, to fly higher, higher, like a bird up in the sky, on a wire, wire. I'm hooked on this feeling and I'm wanting some more. I can't get enough, got a craving for more. Give me all of that, give me what you got. I can't stop, I can't stop. I keep going up, I'm climbing to the top. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh
Hello there.
Hi.
Hey, it's great to see you this morning.
You too.
It's always really nice. We have all these amazing settings right behind us. We
I know.
get to.
I feel like we're on vacation every day.
I know, it's amazing. That's how I feel being married to you,
It's the
Shana.
real estate life.
Yeah, it's
Vacation
just
every
tremendous.
day.
Don't even worry about anything. It's
back,
kind of like on the beach
relax.
always. It's always a great sunset. And we have some different topics for you today. So let me go over what we have here from the top, Shana.
What do we got?
So what we have is we are going to talk about the HOA addendum, how it can give, and how it can take for both buyers and sellers. So
Yes,
we're going to
sir.
go over that one there. Shauna's got some important details for you there, so stay tuned for that. Then we also have a listing equipment. It'd be really nice if you guys would return some of this stuff. I have like a bunch of it over here. We're going to discuss that in short order and tell you to return it and allow you to order some new stuff. We
accept returns.
we're going to be placing orders for sign writers, so we'll go over that. Then Texas Realtors. We have an HOA reform bill that's going on right now, and Sean is going to give us some details about that and how you could possibly take some action, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And when to drop a buyer client.
It's hard.
Sometimes you got to
So
do it,
hard.
but sometimes you got to be like, see ya.
Drop the client.
I'm out. Right. You got to kind of know about that. And the
We got a
word
lot
of the
to talk
day
about
today is going to be certificate of eligibility. And that's regarding VA. So we'll talk about all those items. Shauna, hit us up on roll call.
You know what? I need the bell. There it is.
It's right there. behind
Roll
the
call.
coffee.
Who's here? Chat your name in. Let us know you're here. And if you're new, we're super excited to have you share your morning with us. You're here to learn, which is great. We love when people are willing to learn, but we want to know who you are, so chat your name in and hit subscribe so you can follow us every day.
Very good. And then we have all these handy links in the description. So if you're ever like, where do I find something? We kind of spoke about it. It's probably going to be in the chat because Omkar is really, really good at putting that in there. Thank you, Producer O.
Yes, he is.
And then also down in the description, underneath, if you expand it and click description, it opens up. It's like, whoa, there's a lot of stuff right there. And then what you're going to see is how you can share this with your friends or anything else, and all these popular links that are down there at the bottom.
Yeah.
So whatever we discuss will be in the description for you as well.
Yes.
I would also like to remind you about agent workshops. We stopped calling them agent meetings, and we call them workshops because we get a bunch of stuff done during them.
Yeah.
Right? So the intention is that you're in front of your computer, you are able to pay attention, and you're able to actually do things efficiently because we want to knock off tasks. And we figured everyone's super busy, so let's just get stuff done.
Yeah. And having everybody together, collaborating, I think is also good.
Yep. So that's going on today at 10 o'clock is the last one. That will be Megan. She's going to be hosting that. So thank you to Megan. If you have missed any of the other ones this week that were your assigned times, maybe you had like a media day or you were super busy writing a contract or
being
showing
busy
something.
is good.
Amazing. Well, that was Tuesday that you were busy. So you have an opportunity now to jump in on Thursday live, or you should have already watched it and completed the stuff that went over on Tuesday, right? It's very important to stay on sync with what we're doing
It's
here.
how you stay, caught up with everything that's going on around here, and you don't get left behind. And a lot of effort and time goes into, preparing these to educate you guys. So.
Yeah, so please make sure you make that. I said on sync. Should be in sync, kind of like a boy band.
Yeah.
It should be in sync. Okay, well, now we know. Very good. So thank you guys very much for that. And final reminder that tomorrow, Mother's Day, or
Tomorrow's a busy day for us in the office. So we have Show Me Your Listings in the morning, and then we have Mother's Day wine tasting from 2 to 4. And we're going to have a special guest joining us that I'm excited about.
Are you going to reveal it?
They have to come.
They have to show up.
They have to come tomorrow.
All right. Well, that sounds good. I'm excited to see that.
Someone you've never met.
Wow. That's really good.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I know. I'm super excited.
All right. So our music just stopped because it ran out of cue.
We gotta have music.
We'll play that again. Yeah, it's just a little boring when there's not music in the background. We like to have that. Thank you guys for joining us on YouTube, on Twitch, and Twitter.
Wow.
Why are we on Twitch? I'm not really sure yet, but we keep picking up followers every single day.
For the
So if you're
gamers.
on Twitch and you're gaming and you're like, I just need a little bit of real estate news right now, then we're there for you.
Can I share something with y'all? My hair
You sure
is
can.
like, this has never happened, but my hair is like poofy today. It's like flying all over the place. I don't know why.
Do you want me to talk about my hair real quick?
Yeah.
I really don't have anything to say.
Looking good.
Looking
All right,
good?
you
All
ready?
right. I washed it. Hey there, realtors and buyer and seller clients. Did you know that the HOA addendum can give and it can take? You're probably
Boy,
thinking to
can't.
yourself, what is this guy talking about? Let's show this off real
Maybe
quick
they're
so
like,
we just
"Who
show
is
it
this
on the
guy?"
screen. Who is this guy? Yeah, what is he even doing? That is Shana Acquisto. She is a luxury real estate broker, and I'm her husband, and I just sit next
And
to
a
her
real
each
estate
day.
broker.
Oh, yeah, that too. So what we're going to do is go over the HOA addendum. Let me see my notes
sorry.
here. No problem. We're going to pull it up on the screen for you, but we're going to tell you how you can get out as a buyer, how you need to keep people in if you're a seller, and we're going to tell you kind of what to be aware of. So there's a bunch coming right at you now.
Yes.
Home car. Split that screen for us, please. Go ahead, Shauna.
So this was one of the changes in our last contract update, and just want to make sure you guys are aware of something. So if the property you're selling or the property you're buying is in a mandatory HOA, you have to have this addendum in your contract, okay? And what this does is it actually lets people, so what this does is the seller is required to give you HOA information. Well, actually, they're not required. But HOA information is something that you're going to want to know from a buyer's standpoint. So let's talk about it from a buyer's standpoint first.
Sounds
Okay?
great.
So you can check on the subdivision information to either I want the HOA documents or I don't. Doesn't matter. You don't have to have the HOA documents, but as a buyer, you do want the documents. So
You would know some of the restrictions. An
You
HOA
wanna
is
know
going to
what
have
the
some restrictions and covenants
Yeah.
in there that you can and can't do.
Yeah.
They're going to maintain things like common area maintenance type things, maybe like the entrance to the neighborhood. They're going to also tell you what you can and can't do. Can
if
you
you
park
can have chickens,
an RV out front? Could you, have goats free roaming?
can you have a home-based business? Like there's a multitude of things that you need to be aware of.
What
right?
hours are the pool open?
I don't know about that. Okay,
Yeah,
so
they're in
what I
charge of that
really
type
want
of
to
stuff.
focus on here is C. Okay, C are fees and deposits for reserves. This is where this is outlined.
Okay.
And there's been some questions on what is really included in that. So before, if you guys or if you remember, there was, the resale certificate, and then there were fees to transfer the HOA resale certificate from the seller to the new buyer. Okay. Well, we're seeing this happen all the time, and it's different all the time, but we're seeing fees such as capital improvements, right?
Okay.
And all kinds of strange fees. We're also seeing, if you're a seller, sometimes there is a fee to sell your home that they charge you like a
transfer
0.5%,
tax?
kind of. And if you're a buyer, you also have to pay it. So let's read this together.
Wow.
Okay. Except as provided by paragraphs A and D, okay, buyer shall pay any and all association fees, deposits, reserves, and other charges associated with the transfer of property not to exceed blank, and the seller will pay any excess. So if you're old school and you're thinking, oh, I'll just put my $200 in there, $300, that's what I think the resale certificate is, that is not correct. This includes those capital improvement fees, anything related to the transfer of that property. So if the seller's charged a fee, that's part of it. All of that is included, okay? So you want to be very careful what you put in here. So what you want as a buyer is you want that fee to be very low, right? and you want the seller to basically have to pay for all of those fees.
Well, so the seller should probably know every single fee that's should be due, because when they acquired the property,
We're like fumbling all over the place.
Hey now. Okay, I was burping.
Oh.
I'll just be really clear on what I was doing. So I was burping. So the reason that we're going to have this is because the seller knows all the fees. They purchased the property at one point. Mm-hmm. They knew what was transferred and what they paid. The buyer is unaware, possibly, of any one of those things. So now there's a set number that you put in, not to exceed whatever that is. And then the seller would be the one who negotiates and would be like, oh yeah, I see that you put $200 in here. It really cost us, $2,000 to transfer this property. So we're going to need to have you change that to $2,000, or they know that they're accepting $1,800 of liability and that the buyer would be paying $200 in that case.
So we were under the assumption that the capital improvement fees, that was a buyer. The buyer's coming in, they now have to deposit these reserves and all of these things in there from a buyer standpoint, but that is actually related to the transfer of the property, and that's going to be included in that.
Yeah,
so,
and I really like that, because I feel that there was too many people that were all of a sudden getting to closing, and there's like, what? I have this transfer fee? I have to pay this capital improvement fee? What is this all about? And the onus would be, in this situation, on the seller to understand that and to disclose it and to take care of it. It is
correct. Now, let's talk about how this could be an out for your client, okay? So if you have a listing and you know that this listing is a part of an HOA, then you need to, prior to media day, order the HOA docs, okay? We want those HOA docs, because once you provide them, you go under contract, once you provide them to a client, you have 3 days after that to terminate the contract. So you don't want those 3 days in there. So people are foregoing option periods and, kind of waiving everything. And this has kind of been under the radar. But this is a way that a buyer has an out in the contract if the seller doesn't provide in a timely fashion. So my suggestion, and this is what we're going to do, I guess it's not a suggestion.
Shauna's making a new policy. Policy alert.
So if your property is in an HOA and you're a listing agent, you need to order these documents before it gets listed. And we're going to have them on MLS in the documents so they are received.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it. Who's going to actually do this?
Delay.
Are you going to call me to order this for you?
Yes.
No, that was exactly the wrong answer. I'm not going to be doing this for you as a listing agent. Are you going to do it for him?
I am not going to do
Shauna's not going to do it for you.
The listing agent needs to be in charge of this, okay? So it's going to be important for you to get the information from your buyer, from your seller, know the phone number, who the management company is, and you're going to need to reach out to them and get these on order. Now, there's a fee for that. So your seller is going to have to pay that fee up front. So it's something you're going to have to discuss when you're listing the property. That they're going to, it's like an upfront cost that they're going to have to incur.
Perfect.
They'll pay it directly to them, but,
All right, so I'm going to move this up in our process.
Okay.
So I'll work this into the blueprint here in the very near future. So get super excited about that you're going to have to request this. And I'll put it way up top after you have your listing agreement signed for you to go ahead and do that as a listing agent.
Yeah, so just be aware of this. This could get a little hairy at the end and cause some confusion, and we don't want that to be the case.
Yep, so as a seller, you want to eliminate not having that document in time and giving the buyer a potential out, and that way is to simply get it in advance.
Yeah.
And skip those 3 days, right? And just provide it right on MLS, and you'll get less calls, less questions about it.
Yeah, you want all documents and the resale certificate. Now, if they tell you we need the new buyer's information, well, we don't have that yet, okay? So we can give that to them once we have a buyer. But if you get any pushback on that, let me know. But I think they'll appreciate getting the money, and I'm sure they'll work it out. So
okay, and then tell them that the time and people are doing no options, and it kind of is what it is. You'll have to put TBD in there
And I think your seller will appreciate that you're like, hey, once they receive these, they have 3 days to terminate the contract. So we don't want that. We don't want that to be the case.
And it also helps you identify miscellaneous expenses that you were unsure of.
Yeah.
And it avoids a last minute problem. Anytime, guys, any time, and ladies, that we can do something in advance to eliminate this last minute hustle of calling somebody at 5 o'clock on a Friday to ask for a favor. Can you get me this resale certificate? I need it because it has to be back on, right? Like, don't do that. Schedule your work and make it easier on yourself, right? Do it like way up front and avoid this problem. All you're looking for is drama if you do it later. And nobody's got time for drama, do they, Shana?
No, they don't. Nobody.
How would Susan say that?
Susan?
Yeah.
What? I don't know.
You don't know?
How should I say it?
Well, I'm not going to use Susan's voice, but she'd be like, ain't nobody got time for no drama like that. She'd be waving her finger, and why did I just do that?
We're going to close this one.
Hit the bell. Hey, let's return some listing equipment. We have like a lot of stuff out there. Shana,
Yes,
hold
please.
this. I have even more props to bring in here, right? So
Cool.
we have all of these things here, right? And what we do is we buy a lot of them. Just lots of stuff that we buy as a business.
These are not cheap, you guys.
No, we pay for it. It'd be super nice to get it back. Like really nice. What I saw the other day is I saw an unnamed listing agent that came in and was like, oh, I'm going to bring some of these signs. Like, I really need them, right? Like, it'd be great to have some of these.
Like a
And then I looked up, and the agent took 1 and 2. And then she's like, oh, well, maybe this one would work, and maybe this one would work. And then all of a sudden, I looked, and they took 4 of them for one listing. And I was totally cool with that, right? Like, I know there's things. And then I thought about, like, wow, they already have a bunch, and that's all fine. Just eventually, they have to get returned.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
and it would be really nice. We're calling all listing equipment home.
Yes.
We need it.
Please.
We're short on it. We're going to be placing orders for more
We
because
don't want to
need
have to
additional.
change our policy. You guys get signs, you don't pay for them. You get writers, you get all of these things, lock boxes, combo locks, and they're all for free. So please, please return them.
Well, they're not actually free. When I place an order, we pay for them.
Well, they're not.
As the company?
They're complimentary to them.
Yes, they are. And I want to bring this up here for you. Okay. So this is from Medio. So if we're taking a look at this from a distance, you might not be able to tell, but this one's pretty nicked up. And what happened is maybe if I show the right angle, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. And I bring that to your attention because, like, what the heck?
Maybe it was in a hailstorm.
No, it wasn't. What it was is it was in somebody's trunk. And then somebody left it in there. And their things just scratch across it and it gets damaged. And you don't really think about it. You just drop it off and you're like, oh, well, here's a sign writer. And then I look at it and I get it back and we clean it and get it ready. And then it's all scratched. And then
They
I
do
go to
get
give
cleaned.
it I go to give it to the next person, right? And it's like, well, I don't want that one. That's all damaged. And no one's accountable for it except we pay for it again.
Yeah.
Right? So what would be the best practice is don't leave them in your car trunk and drive them around.
And have
Take
the
the-
sign on them.
Yeah.
I mean, take care of them.
Don't put
please.
the lockbox on top of it and let it get scratched. When I see the signs, no one wants to take the ones that are all damaged, right? So we just buy more, and it's not
We're all
right.
particular. We want all the nice stuff at our listings, and we're showing off a great home, so we want our signs to match.
Yeah, take pride.
Take pride.
Take pride in what you have, and also
We don't want to make a new policy, so
no, we're
help
gonna
us
be
out.
we're gonna be buying more stuff right now. So what I'm gonna ask you to do next, okay? So this is an action item.
Another.
Action items. Just put like action.
Okay. This is a call to action.
We got their attention.
Yes.
All right, action item. If there's any sign writers that you would like that we currently don't have or you feel we're short on, please email that to Megan at acquistorealestate.com right now. We'll go ahead and order those. If there's just something you want. I don't know exactly the listings. I don't know when you've ever
This
ran
is
into
one
a
of my
problem.
favorite.
That one's good.
Single and available.
Okay.
You can make them funny.
Yeah. So if you have anything, let us know. We have to order a minimum amount of them to get a reasonable price. I think, I don't know, Megan would know the number, but like maybe 5 or something like that to get a reasonable price. So they can't be that outrageous. But if we do use them, we want to make sure we have them.
Yeah.
I think we're short on coming soon, so we're definitely going to be
we're
ordering
always
that.
short on coming soon.
But I
Those
like niche and new ones.
leave and never return. So
Right.
okay.
So whatever. Let's get some of that ordered. Let's get them all returned.
Yep.
And thank you guys.
All right.
Texas Realtors, there's an HOA reform bill
Yes,
that's
there
going
is.
on right now. And you may be able to take action. If this is your time to make a stand on something, we can talk about that. That is Shana Acquisto. She's a luxury real estate broker, and I'm her husband, Mike. We're going to talk about what bills are currently being proposed and how you can get involved.
Yeah.
Shauna, this
So
is your
Texas
time.
Realtors has a realtor party, and we are all familiar with Tree Pack. And Tree Pack is our pack that is actually out there fighting for us on our behalf for property rights.
So
Okay.
a PAC is a political action committee.
Mm-hmm.
The word PAC, P-A-C, political action committee. Realtors use a lot of acronyms.
Yes, they do.
I
And
just broke that down and helped you out there.
we always talk about we don't want to get so involved in politics and all of that, and that's okay. We have our pack that does that for us. Okay.
Nice.
So right now there are two bills that I want to bring to your attention. So
Perfect.
the HOA
Let's split the
bills.
screen.
Right now, nope, that's not the right one.
That's a call to action.
Okay, but I
And
want to go over. Okay,
Perfect.
So
Let's go over that.
we can go over the call to action if you want. Oh, okay.
That's good. Perfect.
Okay. So during this legislative session, there are two realtor-supported bills, House Bill 3367 and Senate Bill 1588. And these are HOA reform bills.
Yeah, they need
okay?
to be reformed hard.
So I want to talk to you about what these are. These proposals will do the following. Limit how much an HOA or an HOA management company can charge for a resale certificate.
Damn straight.
There is currently no limit.
Yeah, not happy with that one.
No, that's
Let's
scary.
set it.
Next, they will provide HOA members with an appeal process to resolve disputes with the HOA.
Sounds
Currently,
fine.
there is no repeal process.
Sounds fine.
It's kind of scary that we've had HOAs forever and these things don't exist.
Yep.
Next, require HOA management certificates to include a phone number, email address, and website. There's currently none required.
Okay. That's kind of
Interesting.
logical.
Yes. This is my favorite of all of them. Create a publicly accessible statewide database of HOA information. That would solve so many problems for us, and I love that one. Right now, no database exists.
You know,
So-
I would like there to be an API on that so we could pull that right in. It maybe should be something that goes right in as an MLS field,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we pull all that info in and we can click on it and look and search. Information should be shared.
Yeah.
There's a lot of problems with this, and I think that this is a great first step to
Yes.
solving said challenges.
Yes. So you think, great, I'm so happy that I invest my minimum of $35 into Tree Pack, which is our pack, and just let them go, fight on our behalf. Okay, that's great. But
is
you know
good.
what? There's another step that I encourage you all to get involved.
Wow,
And
is this the second link we have?
It is the second link we have.
Perfect. Omkar's on it.
And it is very, very simple for you guys to do in the Realtor Call for Actions. So what this does is you guys can go in and I think if you click the sign up for the Realtor Party, so you can go in and sign up and you can text the word Realtors to this 30644 and you do not get bombarded with texts, I promise you.
You just get 4 a
But
day. It's not a big deal.
anytime that there is a call to action that you need to be aware of, you get this text. And it's really awesome because the text will have everything put together where all you have to do is click. And it sends a message to our legislative folks and, you're involved.
That's
so
great.
It's showing
I'm going
that
to sign
you
up right now.
promote,
What do you think about that? I'm going to give the whole internet
this
all
call
my
to
information.
action. Yeah.
Okay.
So that way it shows that you guys are involved, and the more people that they have, it's like a petition, then, the higher chance of this getting passed, is.
Hey, that's great. So I just gave all my information out there, and so anyone can call me if you need me. You probably have all my information. I'm signed up, so I'll be getting alerts right now. Wow, and they just hit me up right away.
Yeah, it's super easy. It keeps you in the know, and you guys should all be signed up for this call to action. There's a lot of important things that go on that we don't have any clue about, and these are all issues that involve home ownership, which is what we're involved in every single day. So if you can add value to your clients and let them know that you're supportive of these things, and be a part of your realtor party. It's a bipartisan group. They really want to promote home ownership, and that's something that we add value, and you should be proud and be involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I went ahead and saved them in my phone, so I get them, and I'll know what it is when it comes in, and I'm all ready for them.
Yeah.
I got notices, and I'm totally good. So that's all signed up and ready to go.
Sign up. We have the link in the chat, and you can sign up like Mike did, just online, or you can do it as a text.
Very nice.
Okay.
All right. Well, so now I got that information, so I can be active. I think I'm going to support reforming those 2 items.
I would say, and you guys should let all your clients know that you support that. Be aware of what it is and let them know about it. They may not even have a clue.
I like that Realtor Party logo. It looks very American and house and everything else.
Yeah.
I think we need to support that and put that on our website somewhere.
Do it.
All right. Anna, grab it. When to drop a buyer client. There are times when you're like, hey, I totally need to get rid of this chump, right?
But typically when that happens, you've invested a lot of time and a lot of effort, and you just think, okay, I've just got to see this through. I can't quit now. I'm in the middle of a deal, right? I'm in the middle of all of this.
Well, we're going to tell you how to do it. Your time is valuable. We're going to tell you all the different stuff related to it, right? We're going to say how to avoid some lawsuits and to get out of things in advance. No one wants lawsuits, right?
Yeah.
And we want you to know that you can just refer to somebody else if you have a personality conflict. That's Shana Acquisto. She's a luxury real estate broker. And my name's Mike Acquisto. And let's dive into this one, Shana.
All right, guys.
So how do we get out? Well, first, maybe we should identify the problem.
Let's identify, and let's back up to the beginning.
Yeah.
So when you first talk with the client or meet with the client, you should be digging in a little deeper maybe, and start to be aware of some of these signs. Sometimes it hits you, out of the blue. But we all know that when you're purchasing a home or selling a home, this is really overwhelming for buyers and sellers, right? And sometimes you see a different side of them that you didn't normally see.
Yeah, it's stressful.
Okay? And you do need to see it through, right? You need to guide them and help them through that process. That's what you're there for. But there are times where maybe people are not telling the truth, or, we've had situations to where proof of funds, we've seen fake proof of funds. They're not real. And it's crazy what people will do.
Yeah, that's called fraud.
It is called fraud.
Don't do that.
So, and those are things you may not you may not know that. If you're helping a buyer, they get pre-approved. This is why it goes back to being approved by a local, trustworthy, experienced
and
lender.
fully approved, where they go ahead and verify these items.
Yeah,
that
not
will
just
pretty much
credit.
eliminate those items.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, that's when you're going to come up with the problem. So if we
Yes.
start right in the beginning, you're there, you're researching and dissecting and obtaining information, but you also need to vet. And the situation with vetting is, number one, you need to make sure that you feel safe. If you don't feel safe or secure, or you're worried about yourself and your well-being, physically, mentally, emotionally, then you need to drop the client. And then if it's a physical thing, then you need to be out and be done.
You need to
right?
be
Your
out.
safety is important.
That's
That's like where we need to start. Then after that, if it's just a personality thing, you just don't get along and it's not good for your mental sanity,
that's
totally
okay
fine.
too.
We have somebody else here, they might get along much better with a different agent for some reason.
So if you have this situation and you think, I don't think this is going to work out, here's some signs that I'm seeing. You need to call me and we're going to talk through it and figure out if it's the time that you should drop them or if we should, what we should do and how we should proceed.
Get a second opinion. It's like a
second
professional opinion. Call a realtor or a broker
Yeah.
and discuss that one with them.
You should definitely do
and
that.
then once we found out if it's just personality or whatever, and we're getting to the point where maybe the person can't actually buy, so there's a qualification problem, right? That's going to be identified most likely by the lender. And so when we have that full financial approval, then we can move forward with them. If the client can't get approved or doesn't have the wherewithal to purchase or has bad credit, sometimes they need time to work on that credit. And maybe we just need to put them back in the hopper and let them marinate and get better.
Yeah, and that's okay. We've had that happen many times.
Sometimes it's just fraud and it can't happen and it won't happen and it's unrealistic. Yeah. That's when you drop them like a hot
That's when you drop them. So when things cross the line, right? And fraud definitely ranks high on that. Fraud, safety, any of those concerns, and we need to drop them.
Out of there.
It's been asked, if I have a buyer rep agreement, how do I terminate that? You know what? You just send them an email. You send them a letter or an email identifying, I'm so sorry, unfortunately,
you're out.
I'm terminating this contract. And maybe we need to add that into our buyer engagement that the listing broker or the broker has the right to terminate the agreement at any time, just so it's clear. But you can break up with your client. And I know it's hard because you guys work so hard and you've put so many hours into trying to make something work. But those things can probably be identified in the beginning. And just because one lender, your favorite lender, can't approve them doesn't mean another one can't. But when the lender says, you know what, there's something fishy here, I can't verify their employment, or I can't, what they're saying isn't on their application isn't matching up, then that's a red flag for sure.
That's an excellent point, Shana. Thank you for covering that. We don't want any lawsuits. We don't want any problems here. Get rid of them if it's not the right thing. We don't want you unsafe, right? There's a lot of clients that you can work with. And maybe it's time to be looking for more. Yeah. Your time is valuable.
It is valuable.
And let us help you and walk through it. Just call a friend, call a realtor, and let's discuss.
Because what we want to avoid are lawsuits. And you keep going down a rabbit hole trying to make something work because you're just you're proud, right? You don't want to let something go. You don't want to give up because we don't give up. But we want to avoid a lawsuit. And sometimes continuing down that rabbit hole is just opening us up for huge, issues.
All right.
Legal issues.
Fully covered. Hit the bell. Real estate word of the day. Today is certificate of eligibility. And it's related to VA financing.
All right. So the Certificate of Eligibility is a document issued by the Veterans Administration that certifies a veteran's eligibility for a VA loan.
Very good. So that was the definition. To use it in a sentence, a person would say to you, a lender might say, could you please send me your VA certificate of eligibility, please? And then the veteran will know exactly what that means, and they will have it, and there's a specific form number. They'll send it right over and be like, here you go, sir. And they'll probably even call you sir, and it just is what it is, right? So they know exactly what it is. So that's how we used it in a sentence. And then just briefly discussing, if anybody has ever asked for it, they immediately know what it is.
Oh,
it's not a question.
Right.
And if you ask a person, then... and they don't have that positive, like, yeah, not a problem, like, I'll send it right over, then maybe it's not legitimate. Or they didn't, you know what I mean? There's often a red flag. and we talked about red flags in different situations. This is one of like the most clear things that they know they have access to,
They do know.
and they can use it so they can have access. It is related to VA financing.
Yep. Okay.
Done.
Thanks. Ooh.
Well, that's a wrap for us today. We talked quite a
wrapping it
while.
up.
I will tell you something I realized here is Dr. Blake came on the other day, and he was on with you maybe a week-ish ago, right? And he's a lot taller than me. So what happened is I had to move the camera so that he could fit in screen. And now I'm looking at myself, and I feel like extremely short, like we're way down here. And like as tall as I stand, like right? So anyways, what I need to do is readjust the camera.
We're not though. We're on top
So
of the mountain.
I'll see if I can do that for tomorrow for everybody, so we fit in the screen just a touch
I know you
better.
guys will be excited.
Yeah, I know. You'd be like, wow, way to go. Way to adjust the screen, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll take care of that bad boy. But today we did cover HOA addendums, how they give and they take. Shana gave you some extremely good pointers, so please make sure that you read the HOA document.
Read.
It's like really easy to read. Is it one page, Shana?
It is one page.
Good, so they can read it. Everybody, what I'd love you to do is read that, and to do something else that only 4 of you did today is send me a delay send message for 7:01 tomorrow and tell Shana that you read this. What that'll be doing is covering 2 skills, okay? So that's a good one. This is kind of like a test.
Okay.
It's a test. 7:01 tomorrow in your inbox, you should get from every single person on here.
Recipes?
No, that they read this at 7:01 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
Delay send your message, just like we talked about yesterday. Tell her you read it, and then we're all good. Is that
Sounds
cool with
good.
you?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds
And
good.
then listing equipment. How about you return that and send me a message at 7:01 tomorrow? Hey, I'm returning it tomorrow, and this is what I have, and keep it all safe, right?
Yep.
And then we'll get it cleaned and back out to you. So again, another test.
Yeah.
So many tests for you.
Lots of tests.
All right. I think we're kind of good. We
And
went way
we
over.
talked about reform bills. So get involved. Understand these. Talk to your clients about them. All right. We're
Yes,
done.
we're done.
Yep.
Good.
Bye. See y'all tomorrow.
All right, Omkar. Now we got some behind the scenes. First item. Let's see. Let's get a picture. Standard pick. Okay, what you got next? You want to hold that up? All right. Oh, let's hold that up. Oh. Okay.
So first topic, HOA addendum.
HOA
Just
addendum.
did that.
Perfect. Well, he's going to put the word on the screen for you.
Oh. Oops.
Ready? Got it. Got a couple of them for you.
I like the white behind that. Great
I think it was
job,
my
Bob.
shirt. He changed that on the fly. I saw him doing that.
You're amazing.
He
You're a
is
hero.
amazing.
Okay.
All right. Second topic, listing equipment.
Yeah, let's return that. I bought props today. How about that?
Yeah.
Shawty, you're going to have to hold more of them because I have to hit the button.
Right. Now,
Got it. All right, we'll get one without the words with that. Ready, Shauna? How about the fact that I had props today?
Great
Is that
job.
pretty good?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, let me get some props. I have this. That's how prepared I was today. What else we got?
HOA reform bills.
Let's do this.
What do we got?
HOA reform bills.
HOA reform bills.
Yeah.
It's like a legal.
Maybe
Is that a
some
flag?
paperwork.
I got this.
Realtor. Is there a realtor?
Oh, that's really cool. I like that.
All right. Now,
I like how you can't see it. That's awesome.
It is awesome.
That was really weird.
Okay.
And hey.
and
You
when
know, I
to
have to
drop
go all the
a
way
Okay,
back.
that's fine. Ready? We're gonna drop a client. Okay.
Okay. And real estate word of the day,
Is.
certificate of eligibility,
Okay.
BA Finance. Okay. Now,
Okay, you got a couple to pick from there. Thank you very much, sir. I'll let you work through that. I'm going to hit the mic, and Shauna's got to go.
I spread my wings, I'm letting go. I go higher, higher. My feet are lifting off the floor. I feel lighter, lighter. I'm hooked on this feeling and I'm wanting some more. I can't get enough, got a craving for more. Give me all of that, give me what you got. I can't stop, I can't stop. I keep going up, I'm climbing to the top. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Oh, I was born to go and fly, to fly higher, higher, like a bird up in the sky, on a wire, wire. I'm hooked on this feeling and I'm wanting some more. I can't get enough, got a craving for more. Give me all of that, give me what you got. I can't stop, I can't stop. I keep going up, I'm climbing to the top. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not coming down, 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 down. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 I want it, I love it, I gotta have it. I want it, I love it, I gotta have it. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. I'm high on the feeling, oh yeah, yeah. And I'm not going down, 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 down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I spread my wings, I'm letting go. I go higher, higher. My feet are lifting off the floor. I feel like